Earlier this month, the Trump administration has made threats to pull federal funding to colleges and universities that allow for what he calls illegal protesting and promised to imprison, quote, agitators. But what does this mean for UTampa students and their First Amendment freedoms? Following the wave of university protests and encampments that took place last summer, the Trump administration has labeled illegal protests as anything deemed anti-American or anti-Semitic. Critics argue that this move infringes on students' First Amendment rights, raising concerns of free speech on campus.
But I think it would just hinder their way of expression because they feel like it'll put them in a box and they won't be able to say what they feel, and that way they would just have to go with whatever the government says, and no one wants to feel that way. So.
The First Amendment includes the freedoms of religion, speech, press, petition, and assembly. How does the Trump administration's claims about protest affect these freedoms in higher education? And what is the university's responsibility?
So if we say all protests are illegal, not only are we infringing on a student's right to their freedom of speech, but we're also infringing on their right to peacefully assemble. And I think the university, all universities across the country, can have the conversation about how can we protect these two? How can we protect our First Amendment rights with our students and our faculty, but also how can we keep our university safe? How can we keep our campus safe?
The University of Tampa declined our request for an interview, but did release a statement saying that UTampa leadership is collaborating with general counsel and other subject matter experts to determine whether and how the institution should plan on making adjustments to any executive orders. Ava Iannucci, UTTV, Spartan News.